the first step in that is like, as I said, when I heard the voice of like, you're going to be a little bit famous and there's a guru. Um, I like to just even in the first part of that, I love how when I felt that the source was telling me I'd be a little bit famous. So if the source tells you you're going to be a little bit of anything, yeah, you can expect a fair bit of something. I'm going to make you a little bit famous. I guess I'm not trying to blow my horn, man, but I'm world famous in that light, but in a little way.
Yeah,
See, if I was Chris Hemsworth or Mel Gibson, the fame takes over from what I am. I can't
absolutely.
be, I mean, I guess they could try and emulate. Nah, you're always going to be, mate, you're too big. If you're too big of an actor, you won't see who I am.
Right.
And
That's
so
true.
So when the source said to me, "I'm going to make you a little bit famous," and it's still in a big way, but it's a little bit. I don't get paid big money to do what I do, and that's not what it's about. For me, it's about the pleasure of the source has said, "I'm going to do this for you because I got to get you out there somehow."
Hmm.
And this is a bit of fun. Like that's fun. Like that's a fun way to get out there. I also heard in that voice that there's a guru. Now I didn't hear I was going to meet a guy. I heard there's a guru. That's all I heard. A little
Mm.
bit of fun, and there's a guru. And as it turned out, I started to change the way I dressed from standard pairs of jeans and shirt. I started wearing Nepalese clothing. I was buying it on eBay originally because I just said to my wife, I want to change myself gradually, but I don't want to wear the stock standard anymore. I don't even feel comfortable in that clothes. I said to her, I'm thinking of just grabbing a sheet and cutting a hole in it and grabbing the curtain rod and putting it around me. just, as, just as a bit of fun, but I think I might have done it to be honest. But
I would
but
believe it.
anyway,
I'd believe it.
yeah, I reckon I could pull it off, but it'd be a bit too Jesus like. I think they'd be thinking I was trying to be somebody else, right?
Could be. Could be.
Yeah. So anyway, I ended up just buying some of this Nepalese clothes on eBay. Then I bumped into a guy at our local market who actually was selling the clothing and he was bringing it in from Nepal and he was Nepalese.
Oh.
And funnily enough, this was just before I went on Survivor, right? So all the clothes that I'm wearing when you see me on Survivor on both occasions and even till this day, typically I get off this guy. Funnily enough, his father was a guru.
Really?
Yeah. See, when the source tells you something, mate, it's not for me to put it together. It's for me to bump into it because it's the source's plan. It's not my plan. It's the source's plan, but it fits me perfectly.
Mm.
So that's why I reckon I got the gift, right?
Yeah.
That's what, yeah.
And how do they, or I guess how do you define what a guru is, right? I'm sure you may have heard, seen Tony Robbins, right? I'm not your guru, right?
Yeah,
And
sure,
all that. So
sure.
you're embracing that, right?
Yeah, sure.
What does that
Yeah.
mean to you? What does that mean
So,
to you?
yeah, so I guess in the lead up to how I end up becoming a guru, because this guy's father is a guru, he meets me. He introduces me to his father. The minute his father meets me, his father now gets an enlightenment that tells him that I am somebody that he needs to know. Now, I don't know any of the story, right? So I'm not chasing this guru badge. I've now met a guru. He asks me to come to Nepal. That was only like I'm going to say 6 years ago, right? He
Okay.
asks me to come to Nepal. He says to me, "Can you come to Nepal?" I know him as Guru Prakash, but I'm not Googling him. I'm not looking up who he is. I'm not trying to check him out. I didn't really care. I heard the story said something about a guru, so I'm thinking, oh, okay, now I've met one, but I'm still not trying to make anything happen because
Hmm.
I don't know what to do. I just heard that there's a guru, but I don't know what to do with this guru.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to become a guru. I just was told there was a guru, so that's his job. If he's got something that he has to bring to me, that's his job, not mine.
Hmm.
And he asks me to come to Nepal, but I don't feel right about it. I'm not feeling it's like I don't want to go. I'm like feeling that energy. I'm like, I kept knocking him back. I kept saying every year he asks me. When COVID kicks in, he dies.
He dies.
He dies from COVID. He got the flu and died, right? And
Oh,
and I still like I don't even know the guy. I mean, I've met him twice, three times. We've had lunch. He's looking at me as if I'm something, but and he keeps asking me, and then he dies. And then you know, I know his son. His son's a good friend of mine still. Um, I'm just like, yeah, okay. I mean, I'm not thinking anything. And then I think it was last year, obviously, yeah, last year. There's this other guru in Nepal who was asking me as well in conjunction with this guy, right? But now the other guy's dead, so now there's this Santo, this guy called Santo. He's a guru as well. He's now asking me directly to come, and I keep pushing him away. See this thing again? Whatever's meant for you will never pass you by. So this is lose the fear, people. Lose the fear. Oh, I don't know. Am I going to get the job? Who cares, man? Push it away. If it's yours, it's coming back to you. Like if it's yours, I promise you this. If it's really meant for you, you could push it away for 6 years and it will just keep coming back. And it did. They kept asking me, come, come, but never a reason. No one's telling me, oh, we want you to come for some reason. They're just saying, come. And so eventually last year, I'm driving into Toowoomba, the town just from us. I'm going to visit the guru's son, the guy who's passed away. I'm visiting the son just to say goodnight. And I'm sensing that they're going to ask me to come again to the place, right?
yeah.
And I say to the creator, I go, hey, listen, this is how you call it prayer meditation. This is how I roll. So I'm in the car, I'm driving, I'm going, hey, listen, yeah, sure. There's this thing with these gurus, right? So, like, what do you want me to do? Like, what energy do you want me to do around this? Like, this is, I'm talking like I'm talking to you. The source created us in this manifestation. This is the version. So I got to think that same sort of. And I'm just like, so what do you want me to do? And I get this voice say to me again, says, tell them they have to pay. I guess in pay all your expenses. That's it. Just tell them. And I thought, sure, because that usually qualifies people, right? Like
Sure.
if I said to somebody, yeah, if Survivor asked me the second time to come, and I said, you know, sure, but you have to pay me 100 grand, they'd say no.
Right. Right.
They
Money
just
does talk sometimes. It gives you a true it gives you an idea of how much something is really worth to someone else.
if you exactly, particularly to them, right?
Right.
Because it's them who have to place the value on it because I'm getting asked to come, but I'm not desiring to come. There was nothing in me pulling me to the point. And so I get there, and the guru, he asks me again, he says, will you come? And I said, here's the deal, man. I said, if you pay for everything, I'll come. He bought the tickets that afternoon.
Wow. They really wanted you to be there. There was
Mm,
something calling for you to be there.
mm. The best part I like about these cats, they never show their hand. They're not telling you why they want you to come. See, they're testing me as well because they may pay for your tickets, but I still got to get on the plane. So
Hmm.
they're checking me out to see if I am the deal because, you know, a bit of a snippet into it. The guru who passed away, he's telling the other guru, I think this is the guy.
Wow.
And I don't know this. Nobody's telling me this because they're a little bit quiet because, see, they don't want to scare the chickens, right? Like they don't want to say to me more than they need to.
Yeah.
And so now I arrive in Nepal. I'm greeted by an entourage of people. I only went there with the clothes on my back and my passport. That's it. I didn't
Wow.
take luggage. I was thinking if I'm going to this thing, I'm going in like as if I'm heading into Survivor, man. Clothes on
Right.
my
You've been there. You've been there before. You know what that's like. It's prepared you.
practice, practice. So I get there, they greet me as if I'm the Dalai Lama, man. They're like, you know, putting reeds over my head. They're giving me scarves, and then as soon as I get to this guy's house, he gives me a bag and it's got clothes in it. He
Wow.
said, "Here's clothes for you to wear while you're here." Um, the journey was like 12 days. I'll shorten it up a bit because there's so many stories in it, but we want to get to the punchline, right? So now I think it's about 2 days. Uh, it's just prior to the ceremony for guru because that's not even happening. Like that, nobody's telling me, hey, we want to make you a guru. Nobody's saying anything. we're on a journey. We're visiting places. We're going to different ashrams. I can't even tell you the town I went to where I stayed because I, I have no clue. I know I flew into Kathmandu. From there, I got no idea where we went. I just went with them.
Wow.
I got no idea. Even to this moment, I don't know the city that I was taken to where they're building an ashram. I don't even know the name of the place. I haven't even bothered to ask.
Wow. Because it doesn't
But
really matter, right? The name doesn't really matter.
not to me. The journey's within. It's, that's a destination. So we get to a point now that I've been on this roller coaster with these guys for like 10 days. We're just about getting to the end of the trip. And now I'm sitting on a rooftop with this guy in Kathmandu, or, actually knowing his place anyway. He says to me, I need to share something with you. And I said, what's that? He said, I had a vision about 8 years ago of that I had to build an ashram because the guru was coming.